What's crackin' Eggheads? This is Ashleigh Bonner, founder of the indie educational video game studio Electric Egghead. And I am on the third month of Thomas Brush's Start a Game Studio in 12 Months challenge. I'm on day 10 and learning the basics of Unreal Engine. You can go watch Thomas Brush's challenge in the description below. There's lots of links, resources, tips, tricks, and even some troubleshooting when you are getting stuck. So there's also a hashtag 12 months game studio, and also there's a Discord link. Everyone's super friendly and they share all their showcasing things and all that stuff. So let's get started. And I'll be, if you watched the previous videos, I am continuing Mark Wahlbeck's Evo Cube tutorial in Unreal Engine 4, and I've had some trouble, but I've finally been able to download Unreal Engine 4.24, and so I'm ready to get started. Hopefully it doesn't crash, but if it does, I'm gonna handle it and you will watch me do it. So I'm gonna just move on over and get started really quickly. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and just keep going and just keep creating whatever it is that you're creating. All right, let's go. Okay, so I already have it set up already and set in things. This is the newest version. It just came out like 2 days ago, and it's Unreal Engine 4.24.0. So I'm just gonna go through the tutorial and just just make these evil cubes come after me, hopefully. All right, so I am watching the tutorial on my phone, so I'll be looking there back and forth, and doing the tutorial in this video. All right, cool, let's go. Oops, I dropped it. Okay. Okay, so I have a couple of actors in this scene. I have the Evo box, I have the nav mesh bounds volume, I have a directional light, and a skylight. Oh, sorry, I believe this is a skylight. Oh, let me see, hold on. Let me see, just a minute. The directional light is, yes, this one. And then the other one is the skylight, which provides like ambient light for the scene. Okay, so now, according to Mark, I am gonna resize this nav mesh bounds volume to be the same size as my checkered arena. So that's just so the cube will know, I guess, where it can't fall off. So I mean, either way, unfortunately that doesn't work for me, so I'm probably going to be pushed off of the arena a lot of times. Alright, so I'm going to click my nav mesh bounds volume in the world outliner, and it'll highlight, and then I will resize it. Alright, so I'm just holding my middle mouse button to move around like this, and holding my left mouse button to move around like that. Now, I need to move it down. Nope, wrong one. Alt, yes, Alt, left mouse button moves it in this sort of direction, up and down kind of thing, and around. But let's just go up and down. Okay, so I'm going to just click in my navigation gizmo and push R. Oops, did that right? Nope, wrong one. I'm going to push Control Z to undo that, and then save, Control S. All right, let me try that again. Nav mesh bounds volume, and so I'm just gonna give the box a chance to not fall off of the arena. Yeah, that's cool. That works, I guess. All right, so I have my nav mesh bounds volume selected, and I pushed R, and these little arrows turned into boxes. So I'm gonna just hold my left mouse button and resize my nav mesh bounds volume to match the size of my arena. Alright, so I'm going to hold my left mouse button and rotate, Alt, hold my left mouse button, and resize the other side. And then to and behind my face is building navigation. It says building navigation 2. Now I'm working on getting my picture transparent in OBS Studio, but I have to get a green screen, and as you can see I have like a beige wall and a motivational quote. It says follow your dreams right there, so I have to get that first. So in the future videos you'll see you'll see the whole Unreal Engine screen. Okay, so what I have here in this top left corner, there's this asterisk, which means I need to save. So I'm going to push Control S and save. Alright, awesome. So I have my nav mesh bounds volume. Let me just connect it to the perimeter of my arena and continue with this tutorial. Alt left click, left mouse button, and then I'm gonna push W to move, to turn those boxes back into arrows so I can move the actual nav mesh bounds. Alright, so far so good. I'm excited to get this far. Alright, I'm going to just let that go. Alt plus left mouse button, and I'm just going to check this side. Oh, that's not right. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's put it here. That'll work. And then, alright, and I'm going to push R and change it back to the thing and make this larger. Let's see, okay. A little bit larger right there. Okay, that should be good. Alright, and make this part smaller. Pull it in this way. And I'm going to push W, to change it back to the movement navigation gizmo. And left mouse button, and just connect it to the perimeter of the arena so the box can know how to not fall off. Alright, let me just size this up right here. Okay, and sorry, W. Okay, and okay, Alt plus left mouse button. Okay, let's see what we got here. And oh, it's a little bit too big on that side. Okay. W. Now there is a way to put my keyboard strokes on the Unreal Engine, but I will figure that out and just do it later. I think it's something easy, but I'll do it later. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll just say it, you know, verbally. Control S to save. I save all the time. I recommend you save all the time because you don't want to redo work, right? I mean, when I do it, I don't want to redo it. So I'm just going to be like, yeah, save, Control S or Command S, or, you know, I think it's the same on Linux. But yeah, just save all the time so you don't have to redo work. Alright, so nav mesh bounds is looking pretty good. Moving a little bit more. Okay, and Alt plus left mouse button to, oops, I pushed something. Control Z to undo and save. Let me just rotate it a little bit more. Okay, my nav mesh bounds is looking freaking awesome. I love it so much. Not really, it's not gonna help me, it's gonna help the box. Alright, so Control save. Alright, so I'm gonna continue the tutorial, which is on my phone. Alright, so let's see, he said show, and then what is he, show something. Oh, and I haven't done the tutorial before, so I am literally going from having not done it to finishing it. This will be my first ever game, and so of course it's a tutorial, but it still counts. I count it. It's going on my GitHub, so that's first game, courtesy of Mark Wahlbeck. His channel's name is DEV Slopes. So yeah, I mean I still count it. It's my first game. Okay, so works for me. Why not? Okay, so we want show navigation, and this will show this area should turn green, and that'll show us where the navigation bounds is working properly. And apparently mine is doing nothing. Or do I wait, hold up, let me see. Let me see. Did he click the floor or did he just click the navigation bounds volume? Let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think in the problem that my navigation bounds actually is a bit too large. So I'm gonna just go here, kind of go there and push R and make it a little bit smaller. That may be why it's not showing. I may not actually have it on the space. So make it a little smaller. Okay. And Control S to save. Do I want to apply reduced quality settings? Oh, I think it chose it for me. Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. So, alright, I should be seeing some green. Show navigation. Show, try it again. Navigation or shortcut P. Okay, I am not seeing any green here. So mine may not work. Let me just try this again. All right. I've done something wrong. Let me see. Because mine is not showing green. Okay. Okay, so we're setting the boundaries for the cube. Okay, so I should be seeing green in my arena, and that'll tell me where my block can move. So let me see, box brush, evil cube pawn. That's not it. Box brush. Evil cube pawn. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing any green, so I'm thinking, but my nav mesh bound is right along the border. I mean, it's pretty much perfect. Can't get much more perfect than these lines. Let's see. It's looking good, and I'm holding Alt plus left mouse button to move around here, and then I'm zooming in and out with my middle mouse scroll wheel. Let me see. Okay. Nav mesh bounds volume. I'm not seeing it. Okay. You know what? I am just gonna save and keep going, and I will see what happens later. Alright, so. Okay, so I'm gonna hover over my screen and push play and you can see my character in a moment. Let's give it a second to manifest. Here she is. All right, there she is. Noun. Let's walk her. Oh, my bad. Push the wrong thing. All right, so I'm pushing W to move her forward, and A left, S back, D right. Now the box should be coming towards me. I did port this from a 4.12.5 version of Unreal Engine, so I may have lost the AI for the box. It should be moving towards me at this stage. Let me just shoot it. For no good reason. I missed. I'm gonna die. Hold up, let me try it again. Okay, so it definitely got a collision. It bounced off the box. Alright, so something is wrong. For one, my box should be some other color. It should be blue or something. Okay, I think I need to go back and do some of the AI stuff again. So, let me go back. Now, to get out of this with my freaking awesome Nerf gun, let me push escape. Okay, so I need to go back, and I think I need to redo the work. So let's see. Blueprints, Evo Cube AI. Here it is. All right, so I did this before, but as I said, it may not be working now. May have broken when I upgraded to the newer version. Something about components or something like that. So I need to check on this and see if it's still looking good, because my box should be coming after me with a vengeance. Bloodthirsty creature. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Destination pawn. Now these are nodes. You can create events with these event graphs with these nodes. I did this earlier in previous videos. I think day 62. I actually did this. And then 63 through 70, I troubleshooted Unreal Engine. So here I am, day 71, actually doing some Unreal Engine stuff. Okay, so let me stop talking and get to actually creating. Let's see. What's the problem here? Why isn't it doing anything? Let's see. AI move to. That looks good. Accept pawn. Accept its radius. Get the player character. Let me see. Okay. Let me just keep playing. Intelligence. Okay, so AI move to, what is this? Follow player. Yep, custom event. Execute. Okay, let me just close this with this little X right here. And construction script, let me close that. Viewport. Okay. So, because I'm in the Evo Cube AI, I need to close this entire page to get back to my main screen. Alright, so, close. Alright, here we are. So, I think I went to the wrong thing anyway. Evo Cube pawn. Alright, because the AI looks good, so I'm just going to go into the Evo Cube pawn and see what's up. Let me see. Evo Cube pawn. And instruction script viewport. And just a short little segue. See this little pulsating graduation board? This is where you can do like tutorials in different areas of Unreal Engine, like blueprints or C++ area, or really pretty much anything you want to try to learn. You can go to, they have like a help, I believe like a help tutorial section, things like that. Or, you know, something like that. So you can do that. Okay. Yes, mine is, okay, here's the thing. Either it didn't work from the get-go, and I did it wrong at first, or it broke when I upgraded Unreal Engine 4 and tried to port it to a newer version. So, I may just start over completely. Now that it's working, I may just start over and restart the tutorial, just from the start, because my cube is just sitting there like a lump. It's not doing anything, which means that I did something wrong. I'm prone to doing things wrong, but aren't we all? Alright, let's see. I mean, it looks good. I mean, but yeah. You know how that works. So, you know, the code looks good, but it's not good. It doesn't work right. Yeah, that's my problem. I'm just going to try play again, just to make sure. Maybe I'm not close enough. I'm just kidding. No, it should be coming at me already. Check the what? The lighting source? Okay. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, this thing is lagging. Come at me, Bob. Okay, never mind. Let me just back up. And let me try this tutorial again now that it's working. Escape. Okay, so. I am not sure. Okay, I'm gonna just start over. So let me just close this. Okay, so I am going to start this tutorial completely over. It's been about 6 days and I might as well just start over. It's 26 minutes and 4 seconds, so I'm just gonna start over now the Unreal Engine is working properly. So I'm gonna go to Unreal Engine, navigate there, and I will take my YouTube video all the way back to the beginning. I can use the practice anyway. I mean, you know, I'm new to this, and no, you know, there's no harm to just start over fresh and just see how far I can get. Yeah. So that's going pretty fast, 70%, nice. I'm pretty excited to do it actually. I am excited, I'm not kind of excited. I'm really excited to be chased by cubes and to die because my Nerf gun, my futuristic Nerf gun, like apparently, did you see the way it bounced off the cube? Which means that I'm screwed. I don't even know how to make this character run, honestly. So, okay, so let's get going. Let me maximize this. All right, so this is the new 4.24.0 Unreal Engine screen. You have your recent projects, and then you have this new area where you have different projects based on different disciplines. You can do games, film, television, and live events, architecture, engineering, and construction, or automotive product design and manufacturing. I'm of course going to do games. Okay, so I'm going to click games and next. And now 4.24.0 has like this cool creation wizard to help you create exactly what you want. Alright, so I'm going to play the video on my phone. And go. Oh, I missed it. Go. Okay, so we're going to learn the basic features of Unreal Engine using blueprints, which don't require any code. Let's skip that. It's already downloaded. Okay, let me go back a little bit. Okay, so we want to go to new project, first person, yep, and next, we're going to get a brand new project, okay, so we want to name our project. What happened here? Uh-oh. It crashed. Where's the crash reporter though? Oh no. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, just give it a second. It should be popping up. um. Hmm. Oh, you know what? That may have not been Unreal Engine actually. That may have been my computer. The display is broken so that the mouse kind of jumps around. It may have just jumped around and pushed the X button. So, alright, let's try this again. Okay, because I'm not getting a crash reporter, and so I'm thinking that it did not crash on me. Okay, cool. Alright, it is, what time is it? It's 11:05 p.m. on December 11th. I'm up doing videos. I've been watching all kind of motivational videos on YouTube, like Gary Vaynerchuk, Tony Robbins, Will Smith, this really funny preacher. I didn't catch his name. I was at work. I was listening, but he's hilarious. Anyway, so I'm feeling super fired up, but I'm also know that I'm working on building habits to keep constantly improving and progressing. The habits are really what's going to make or break everything that I'm trying to do, you're trying to do. So I'm building up the habits. So when I don't feel like it, I say, oh, it's whatever time, and I just keep working towards my dreams, and you keep working towards yours. Okay, so let's segue back to what we're doing. Okay, let's try this again. Games, next. First person, next. And this part actually is a bit different from Mark Wahlbeck's tutorial because he has an older version. So this is slightly different. So you want to create either a blueprint or a C++ project, and I'm going to choose blueprint maximum quality. Maximum quality, you want to check that if you have a computer that has enough power to support it. If it doesn't, you can try scalable 3D or 2D or other kind of options. So I'm gonna keep that. Desktop console, I want to make desktop and console. Applications with starter content, I believe he said no starter content, but let me check. Oh no, okay. Okay, so it is with starter content. Okay, so I'm going to call it Evo Project, Evo Cube number 3. Alright, so third time's the charm. I did start this for like 1 minute before, and then the second time everything crashed, and then here's the third time. Okay, so, done. Create project. And I hope you like my yellow shirt. It's specifically for Electric Egghead, my game studio. Oh no, it just closed again. Okay, so what's going on here? Anyway, my shirt, specifically for Electric Egghead. This is the yellow shirt, inspiration, and creating educational games to make learning fun. So, okay. I'm thinking it did not crash because I didn't get a crash reporter, and yet it keeps closing, so it must have done something. Okay. Or it's just creating the project. Hopefully that's it. Alright. Okay, yes. So all it is just creating the project now. Oops, sorry. Fell over. Alright. Okay. So just give that a moment. And that will come up. So yes. Now, so like what are you working on? What are you doing? What are you trying to build? You can leave it in the comments below and just tell us, what's going on. Are you having any difficulties? What are your successes? Maybe you want to jump on over to the Discord link and say hi to all of us. We have there, like me, Georgester, we have Ace of Spades. You know, all us devs here just creating stuff and trying to make the world a better place, and you know, leave good, you know, leave it better than when we came in, and literally just, you know, do all that good stuff. So, okay, that'll be just a minute, 96%. I do have some resources and that I will show you a little bit later when I get further into the tutorial, but hopefully at the end of the tutorial. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so here we go. Yes, it looks awesome. All right, so this is the default screen that opens up when you do a first-person project, a first-person example map. These maps are where you can build your scenes, you can play them, you can test them, and you can do all these things. You have these different areas. This main area is the viewport. Then you have your modes. You can change just like sculpting, paint, foliage to add, you know, trees and shrubbery. Then you have all these different things, basic light cinematic. You have your content where you can access different folders, and you also have this area where you can you know, save, go to the marketplace where you can get free assets, tons of free assets. You can do all these kinds of things. You have your world outliner where you can see all the different parts of your that are within your scene. And as you can see, the scene has a lot of different parts, lots of cubes, and I'd really be dead in this scene with all these cubes. But I don't think this game is gonna have tons of cubes. It is called Evo Cube. Well, it might. It might. Um, it actually might. So anyway, and then you also have the detail section where you can do a lot more with um, your different components, things like that. So that's just the basics. I'm just kind of waiting for this to discover the asset data, and so just waiting for that. Okay. So while that's doing its thing, I didn't really have anything planned. My computer's being a little bit slow, but since it's already like 11 something, I am just gonna keep on going and keep and show you show you the resources while this is going, and then I'm gonna go to bed because I have work in the morning, and I'll be up at like 4 o'clock to do another video, and then upload 2 videos tomorrow. Yeah. So okay, let me just switch over to my internet. All right. All right, so I'm using, okay, so what do we have here today? We have the pullinshapes.co.uk resource. This is number 1. And what you can do here is this can help you with your models, and you can just do a lot. You can do a lot with this software, and just a minute, let me go back up. Student projects, and there's just a lot you can do to support your 3D modeling things. All right, so admittedly, I kind of forgot what this resource was for. But either way, it'll help you with your art. I'm usually a bit more coherent, but today is not that day. All right, next resource, number 2. You have the Mesh Lab. So what can this help you with? This can help you process and edit your 3D triangular meshes, as you can read, and it's great for, you know, editing them, cleaning them, healing them, and just making them look like the best they can be. I'm gonna push Control-0 and get to my default zoom. And okay, so you can put different meshes in here. You can do like surface offsetting. You can really just take your meshes to the next level and really just make them as best as they can be. So you can do, you know, color enhancement and things like that. So Mesh Lab has gotten this great award, the Eurographic Software Award, and in geometry processing. Yes, so that's cool. And features. Let's go here real quick. I'll show you a couple of other features. So you can do 3D acquisition, aligning, visualization, and presentation, color processing. You can also do 3D acquisition reconstruction. You can do 3D acquisition color mapping and texturing, comparing models. And if you're new like me, then you don't really know what this stuff means. But um, you know, of course, the more you learn, the more we do it, and then the more, you know, the better you'll get. You know, every day you do a little bit. Every day I do a little bit, and we just improve. And eventually, one day, we will know all these things. But not today. Is again not that day. So scaling, positioning, and orienting, 3D models, conversion, and interchange. So this Mesh Lab has a ton of stuff you can do. You can improve in your modeling. You can do all these things. I believe it is, yep, it's open source, so it's probably, you know, free to use. There are tons of resources for you to make your games, to create your games. If you don't have a computer, you may be able to go to your library. I go to the library and use their internet to upload my videos and to just have like, they have like a better graphics card than I have. They have, you know, so everything just goes a lot smoother, and that's what I do. Okay, so the third um, resource is bfxr.net. With this software, you can create sounds. So you can just go here. It's got a pretty retro kind of feel to it, but it looks freaking amazing. You can also download the download the standalone for Windows or Mac. Um, so you can make sound effects for your games. I'm just gonna give you a quick demonstration of this, and then I'm gonna go back to the tutorial and continue. Now those assets should be downloaded and ready. Okay, so you can do, so they have pick up a coin, laser shoot, um, oops, there we go, explosion. Alright, so you have a lot of different sounds you can mix and match to make a really great sound for your game. And all these links, all these resources will be in the description below. They'll also be on my dev blog, and they'll also be on my Discord, where I'll be just kind of having different areas for you to go get resources and encouragement, and just keep going with your game. You know, the world is waiting for it. Someone is waiting for your game. You know, so just, yeah, that'll be available for all of you. All right, so I'm gonna move back over to Unreal Engine and continue the tutorial. It's been a while. I know I haven't started. Kind of talking a lot. So let me just get started. All right, so File, New Level. Empty level. And then save current. And we're gonna call it Evil Cube Map. And push enter to save. And so, okay, now we're ready. It's completely blank screen, and we're just gonna build the whole world out and build the entire game from nothing. Alright, so let me just keep going. I want to go to geometry, grab a cube or box, and just drag and drop it into the viewport. And then press R and scale it down. You can also change your scaling options right here to larger, but I'm going to keep it at 0.25. So, and if you want to do, if you want to do like specific scaling, if you want to put specific numbers, you can go into your details area and change the size, the scale to you can change the scale to different numbers. Oh, no, sorry about that. You need to change your brush settings, which are different in 4.2, 4.0. Let me see. They used to be directly under the transform area, and now they are somewhere else. Let me see. Okay, let me find the brush settings and I will get this going better. Oh, sorry, it's because I pushed R and so I'm in transform mode. So let me push W and go back into the regular mode. And these should change. Location, rotation, scale. Let me see. Surface properties. Yeah, it's been moved now. Physics, maybe down here. Here it is. Okay. So if you want to change the size and put in actual numbers, you want to scroll down and go to your brush settings and put in your X, Y, and Z values, which are going to be okay. So we have X is 2000, tab 2000, and then Y is 2000 and Z is 50. Okay, so now we have this really nice floor. It's large and ready for us to go all gladiator against these freaking cubes. Alright, so since this is a first person shooter template, we're going to be shooting the cubes and trying to run and dodge and just survive, hopefully. But I've never been very much of a shooter person, gamer. I'm into puzzles and driving games and logic games, so I am going to seriously die. I keep saying that, it's going to happen a lot. These cubes are apparently going to be, they're evil, even though most likely we probably did something to them. So alright, and then we want to so right now, our scene is set to lit, but if I put it to unlit, and then I just click out of here, it's just like it's gonna, we don't have much light in the scene, so let me just put it back to lit, and, oops, where is it? Here it is. And here is our, oh, sorry, when it scenes with no lights. Okay, I feel like mine is backwards or something. It seems a bit more. Anyway, okay. So we're gonna put this back to lit and drag in a directional light into our system. So we want to go into lights and drag in a directional light. Now, one way if you want to get more information in Unreal Engine is you can hover over each of these little components and they'll give you a little tooltip. And to get even more information, just do Control-Alt and you'll get a bit more information. And if you really want to get deep into the different components, which I highly recommend, so you can become an expert at Unreal Engine, which can speed up your game development and things like that. You can look at like the full documentation and see all of Unreal Engine's documentation on this specific component. Of course, I'm not going to do that right now, but it's just a suggestion for you to do later. Alright, so I'm going to grab in a directional light and just put it right here. And you can see that our arena really lit up quite nicely after we put in the light. And that can help light your scenes. There are many different lights. There's the directional light, and there's a point light and spotlight, rect light, and skylight. I'm not sure what a rect light is, but I'll figure it out later. Okay, so after that, we want to select your directional light and change its intensity. We want to lower the light a little bit so it's not quite so bright. So I have it selected. I'm going to go over here to my details and change the intensity to about, let's see what he said. Okay. So somewhere in the 2-point area. So right now it's at 10.0 lux, and I'm just drag it over to like 2.8 or so. Now, how am I even changing this number? There are two different ways that you can change numbers in Unreal Engine. So one way is you can hold the left mouse button and just slide it to smaller and larger. You can also just click into the section and type in what you want. So I'm going to just put 2.8. That's fine. That will just lower the intensity and not make it less bright. Control S to save, and let's keep going. Alright, so next we're going to grab in a skylight. This will give us a nice ambient light, you know, like the sky, like our sky, and just make, so this will also make the lights and the reflections will all match up because of the skylight. Unreal Engine is great with like getting the real world physics. It's great with making sure that everything is like, you know, it's not random. It's not, it's actually tied to our real world. So they do a lot of work to really just get the particle physics and all those kinds of things right. So your game can look, you know, it can look as realistic as possible. Alright, so after we've added the skylight, and we will then, according to Mark, I'm going to change the source type to cube map, SLS specified cube map, and we're going to change our cube map from none to epic courtyard daylight. I don't know why the epic courtyard, the daylight is epic, except for like, you know, epic games, of course, but I'm thinking of like, you know, courtyard, thinking of like Game of Thrones. I don't know why. I don't know why. Strong thing. Let's see. Shift. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll in a bit and push Alt left click to rotate it a bit. Alright, so, and then that's fine. We can just keep on going from there. Okay, so let's say you want to test this. You want to test this Unreal Engine little project out. You want to test. You want to see what happens. You can go and push play, and you can see your character being dropped onto your scene. So I'm going to push play from right where my area is, and what's going to happen is my character is going to just keep falling forever, or either they're going to rise forever. Let's say they're going to fall. And then I'll show you how to put the character actually on the arena so they'll fall on the floor. So I'm going to push play, and my character, as you can see, they're just falling. It's just a black screen because my character, she has missed the arena. So I'm going to push escape to go back to that scene, into my floor, and I'm going to click box brush. to see where my floor went off to. I double left click it, and that'll help me find my floor again. So I'm going to scroll in over the floor, and then I'm going to push play. My character will drop down from the floor and onto the actual, from the floor, drop down from the sky and onto the actual arena. All right, so now I can move her, I can shoot. You just move your mouse to move left and right to move your character. You use W to go straight, A to go to the left, S to go back, and D to go right. And then if you wanna jump, you just push space. So I can push W and then make her jump, or make him jump, or make your character jump, or the gender doesn't really matter. As long as they have a gun and they're ready to fight some cubes, everything's good. All right, so that's how you do that basic thing. You can shoot these yellow Nerf balls, and with this extremely realistic, not realistic, but again, the guns don't sound like this. That would be kind of strange. I'm just wondering how we're gonna stop these boxes with these Nerf balls. Yeah, they have a lot of force, but still, against evil cubes, I feel like we need like something else. All right, so escape, and then let's keep going. Okay, so exactly how this game works is that these evil cubes are after us. I don't know what we did, or why they're after us, or why they hate us so much. I don't know. I don't even know if we hate them per se. We're just trying to survive. So we're gonna be shooting these cubes, and then they're gonna explode. And I feel like it's just gonna be fun. Like Mark said, it is a simple game, but I've never made a game, and so I'm gonna make a game right now. And this is what you can do in Unreal Engine Blueprints. You can just create games without any code. So again, you don't have to code to be a video game developer. You don't have to code to create video games. You may think, oh well, I don't know code. I don't know how to programming language. Well, you don't have to. If you're using Unreal Engine, just use Blueprints. It can do almost anything. You can make a game using just blueprints. So it's not cheating. You're not cheating the system. The gamers don't care. They don't care if you wrote hello world. They don't care if you put a semicolon, anything. They don't care about any of that. They care if your game is fun, immersive, if they can make choices, if their actions can affect the world. That's what they care about. They do not care how you made it, and they don't care. So just start. Just go, and just make the game that you want. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, so now we're gonna be creating an artificial intelligence and then tying it to the cube. Okay, so we can go to our content folder and put in a new folder. And type blueprints. One great thing I love about Unreal Engine is that when you create new things, it's already ready for you to start typing stuff. So that's cool. All right. So we just made a new folder, and we want to go to new. We want to right click here and put new blueprint class right here. Yep. And so then that'll come up at eventually after it gets a little bit past 0%, and then I will just continue with this tutorial, and so we can finally have just create our demise. Cool. So yeah, that seems reasonable. All right, so this will pop up quite nicely, and then we want to push according to Mark. So we're gonna try and create our artificial intelligence. We're gonna click all classes and type in AI, and then you're gonna see AI controller, and we want to go there. We can double click it. We can click it, and then yep. And then we want to scroll down a bit, or pull this up and push select. Okay. All right. So after we do that, we want to call this AI. Oh, sorry. EvoCube AI. And then we can double click this and it'll open up the blueprint editor. And then so that's where we're going to tell the cubes to come after us and what to do. Seriously, this is iRobot all over again. Okay, yep, so according to Mark, this is going to make the cubes seek us out and follow us around, and that's verbatim from him. All right, so that's almost up, and then we'll just continue. One thing I know with video game development, patience, and with my computer being slow sometimes, it really helps me with patience. So I am cool just sitting here and just waiting for that to come up. So so I'm going to talk a bit about the resources that I left you. Once you use them, just like leave a comment down below, and it's like tell everyone what you thought of it. Were there like some things you wanted to see in those resources, or did they just really help you in your video game development career, or were they just a bit of a hassle? So let other devs know. Recommend the ones, any resources that you may have found from these videos and that you may want to share with other devs or designers or artists or etc. etc. This goes on, so other people can have more resources to make the games that they want to make as well. All right, so we have gotten to the EvoCube AI, which is a separate window from our main viewport window. All right, so let's keep going according to Mark Wahlbeck. Okay, so what we'll be seeing in the event graph area is we'll see these nodes, and nodes are where you can connect different things together, and then make things happen. Their nodes are similar to code, or I believe they behind the scenes of the nodes is code. This literally Unreal Engine is writing code for you, so you don't have to do any of the heavy lifting. All you have to do is just pass the heavy. All you have to do is just tell Unreal Engine to pick up the heavy box, not the heavy evil box, but the box, a box, any box. Who cares? And then I mean, you can just like stay unmuscular. So cool. Alright, so we're going to use the event begin play, but it's not going to be the primary thing in our nodes. Alright, so I'm going to just, and it's disabled. Alright, so we can right click and type in AI move to, which is right here, and that'll pop us up that'll pop up a new node called the AI move to. Let me just pull this over, these details over, and I will hold the left mouse button and select all of these, and then drag them over here so you can see as I build the AI. So I'm going to push Control S and save. Cause yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, so this is going to make creating the AI really easy for ourselves. Alright, so first thing you want to do here is after you've done the AI move to, you want to go into this target actor. How these nodes work is these different colors mean different things. They may be like a function or an if statement, things like that. So we can start here using our left mouse button. We can drag different these little connectors. So I'm gonna drag this one, and then I'm gonna and then release. And then what happens is you can search for different nodes. So I'm gonna search for get player or get ourselves. We apparently just don't like being alive, so we're literally gonna seek out these cubes to just get us. Alright, so we want to do get player character, which is a function. Yep. So, this is tied to the player, my character, who has the gun, the Nerf gun, and so we already have a player within our scene. So according to Mark, it's gonna go after the player index 0, which is the first player it's going to see. So in this case, it would be best if you came in second place, because the boxes are only going to come after the first person. So yeah. Alright, so after that, we want to figure out where is the actual cube at. So we'll know where the player is, but where's the cube? So we can drag out this little line and then say get controlled pawn. Alright, so let me just move these over and make it look neater. Yep. So right now we haven't actually connected the either our character or the box to this AI. We are just setting up the basics, the skeleton of the house, and then we have to furnish it with, our own sweat, blood, and tears, and blood, and then the evil cubes, guts that are gonna explode and things like that. I mean, the game is pretty violent, simple but violent, I mean, yeah. I might have to find a Michael Bay explosion or something, I mean, it's inevitable. Alright, so let's keep going. Yep. So, with what we have now, this may run like once, but then it won't keep running. So we have to do some sort of repetition to get the cube to just keep coming after us. So we can right click within this little grid. Oops, sorry. And we want to type, oops, what happened there? Set timer. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Set timer by function name. And then that will help us to make everything look a lot better. That will help us to make this AI repeat the process, to just continue coming after us relentlessly, like the Terminator. So we can name this function name, follow player. Alright, and we want it to be called every 1 second, and we want it to loop. So yes to the looping, and save. Yep, so I'm going to follow his tutorial pretty much verbatim, because just to show you how to do it, you people, and so then you could either watch me do it or you could go watch him do it. It doesn't really matter to me. So I'm just excited to make my first game and be like, yeah, I made a game, I'm awesome. Yes! Alright, so cool. Let's go. Alright. So to link this function name to actually create this function, like right now we've declared this function, we haven't actually initialized it. So I'm gonna do a right click here and put in custom, add custom event. Add custom event, I believe we said. Okay. Add custom event, double click. And we're going to call it the exact same function name right here, follow player. Except we have to actually spell it the same way or it's not going to be the same. Alright, and save. Okay, how do I... There we go. Alright, so we want to... Okay, so let me just link these up nice and neat. And then this one can go with the... Alright, AI move to... Okay, so put that right here, put this one right there, just to make it nice and neat so nothing gets confused. And then I'm going to grab this AI move to, just move it down there so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so we want to link the event begin play with the triangle on the set timer by function name. And then we want to connect the custom event to this one. Alright, so now that we have these basic things done, we can just push compile, and then after that's done, it'll have a green check mark, at least hopefully. But in video game development, I am just like, it might work, but it might not work. I will see what's going to happen. So let me push compile, but it should be good, but it may not be. Dirty needs to be recompiled. Okay, okay. I don't know how it got dirty. I didn't dirty up anything. But let's clean it. All right, green check mark, good to go. And save. All right, let's keep going. Oh, wait. But let me just show you really quickly. I mean, which I'm sure you can figure it out, but there's a couple different ways to save. You have save here. You have file. Save all, save right here. Then you have Control S, which is also save. And yes, so you'll be hearing save a lot in my videos, because no one has time to redo work. So you also want to like back it up in different places, and just to make sure that you have the most up-to-date version of your work. As our games get larger, as these landscapes and scenes get larger, you're definitely not going to want to have to go redo things because it's not backed up somewhere, and your Unreal Engine crashes, or your computer crashes, or your house crashes, whatever. And you will have your stuff like in the cloud, or like Google Drive, or whatever drive. Okay, so just like save a lot, save all the time. Don't wait to save. Don't wait to save. Save money, make an emergency fund, and save your projects. Okay. Okay. So this is good. This is ready for us to get out of here and go back to our main viewport. Alright, so now that we have the Evil Cube AI, we want to actually add another blueprint class, which is right here. But instead of adding the one we did before, which I've forgotten already, honestly, we go to pawn. Alright, and we'll name it Evil Cube Pawn. Yep. And so, great thing about a pawn is that, according to Mark, is that it can be moved around, it can be modified, all these things easier than an actor. Yeah, so which is cool. Kind of like in chess, in chess there's pawns. They're, completely just not important. They're just there to die. I guess like we are. Our character must be pawns as well. We're just like the first line of defense, and we have a Nerf gun, and we're just bodies to protect other bodies. All right, so we're like middle management. All the tons of responsibility, none of the authority. All right. Okay, let's go. All right, and so pawns work great with artificial intelligence. All right, so our evil cube pawn, we want to double click it, and it's going to open up a separate screen, which you can just close by going to the top right corner and pushing the X, what you've seen me do. But just in case you're not that familiar with computers, I don't want to go like too too quickly, in case you're kind of wondering how things go or how things work. So we have arrived in the EvoCube Pawns creation place, and it's looking pretty good. Looks pretty empty. There's just like a big sphere right there. Yeah, so that's cool. Alt plus left click, and all right, so I'm ready to do this. All right, so we got a nice little empty evil cube pawn area. We want to put a cube into this area, and see what happens then. So we want to do add component right here at the top left, and do a cube. And then, there it is. Okay, so here's our cube. I'm going to put Alt left click to rotate a little bit. And the cube is going to be pretty big. So, we need to make it smaller. Alright. So, I'll do that in a moment. There we go. So, I'm just going to zoom in and push Alt left mouse key to rotate it. And then I'm going to push R to turn our navigation gizmo arrows into squares. And then we can focus on the middle section, left click it and hold, and then we can resize it. uh, to a smaller size. Okay, so and push Control S or save. And then we'll just keep on going. Okay, so let me just pull this detail section back out, and we can actually check the scale and see it is negative 0.5, negative 0.5, and negative 0.5. Or if you are in a different axis, it will be, I'm going to change mine actually to 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. So we can change the scale of our cube either in the detail section under transform, or we can just change it using the gizmo. So if we want to change the gizmo back from the move, rotate, and scale, you want to push W, change it back, click on it, and then push W, and that did not work, did it? No, yes it did. Alright, so and push W to go back so we can like actually move it in different directions, that kind of thing. So, alright, so I'm gonna just put my cube back in front of this sphere, and this sphere is actually, I believe it's linked to the navigation menu. So, I'm in the navigation gizmo. Except it doesn't seem like that's happening right now, but yeah, okay, it is. So, like when I rotate the screen, this sphere is changing. All right, so I'm just gonna cover it up. Okay, and let's keep going. So now we're gonna change the color. And how do we do that? How do we change the color of the cube? We can double click the materials, and that'll open up another page. As you know, it's pretty cool. Like, it's cool that Unreal Engine has different pages opening, so you can, so you're not really kind of just sort of working on one page and just like, you know, everything is just like, you know, just one page. I like that it has the different windows. It helps you to differentiate better between different things that you're working on. Alright, so I'm gonna just move this node a little bit closer to the basic shape material, and oh, not that close, Hold up, let me just back it up a little bit. Oh my goodness, it's behind it. Let me see. Oops. It's in front of it. There we go. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Alright, let me just put that back to similar where it was. Okay, so we are in the basic shape material where we can change the color. We can add some metallic stuff. We can add some specular, which will make it like more or less metallic looking. More or less reflective, something like that. So anyway, either way, I'm just gonna save right here and continue. Okay, so what we have is we have this little thing right here, this little white thing attached to the base color. We can change the color of our cube by doing, let's see, oops, there we go. Alright. Okay, so we can go here, click color, and we can change the color of our cube. Let's see. I think I must have missed something right here. Let me go back. Let me go back. Oops. There we go. Really quickly. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let me turn up the brightness on my phone, and I can see a little bit better. Alright, so what we want to do is we can click in this square right here, double click in the square, and it'll open up a separate page where you can pick the color that you want. Smiling at my dog. She's so cute. Alright, yeah. So I will just plug up my phone before it dies. I have 2%, and that's just not going to be good with me doing the tutorial. Just a minute. Now, I do have this teacup again. A house is not a home without pause. Um, it's full of tea, and I would be drinking it if I'm waiting for something to load up or if I'm about to go to sleep. I'm a person that goes to bed at like 9 o'clock because I get up at like 4 o'clock, and plus I just love sleep. But you know, dreams, my dreams are not going to um, birth themselves or feed themselves. So I am awake much later than I would prefer to be. So yeah, just waiting for this to do its thing, drinking some tea while I'm waiting. And yes, so just waiting to get this color going. Just regular orange pico with a little bit of cinnamon and some Splenda or something. I forgot which one of those was the bad one. Was supposed to be the bad one. I had the, what is it, saccharin or whatever. But I don't really remember. So we're changing the color of our cube, and I'm gonna change mine. I'm just gonna double click this, and we're gonna see this color picker, and I'm gonna change mine to a purple. Just because. I just like to be attacked by purple cubes. It's so pleasant when they're purple. And then I push OK. Alright. Alright. So I changed the color and oops, and we push apply. Apply. Okay. I didn't push that, did I? No. Alright, so it's just applying the color to our cube, and so we're gonna have lots of cute little purple cubes chasing us around. And it's just gonna be a cute little purple world. Hostile. Just super hostile. I don't know. I mean, what do you think that we did? Or what do you think that, if you had make up a story about this evil cubes, what would it be? Alright, so let's keep going. So now we can drag our cube onto our scene. And I'm just going to scroll in with my mouse wheel and push Alt left click to turn it a little bit. And then I'm going to hold the left mouse button and put it onto the screen. And see what's happening. Let's see if any of our AI is doing anything. Cool. So, let's give that a second. And that'll pop up really nicely. And we can see if we are going to be chased. Oh, shoot. There we go. So here's our cube. Looking quite nice over there. Let me just put it on the actual screen. And I'm going to click my evil cube pawn and just move it a bit. Let's move it up and over onto the actual screen. And then I'm going to bring it down onto the floor. Alright, then save, Control S or Command S if you're on Mac, so you don't lose any work. Then after that save, I'm going to keep going. Alright, so after we did that, we want to push play. And my character, she's going to drop down with her cool Nerf gun, and then I'm just going to see if the cube is going to come after me, as it's supposed to do. But it may be like a hard-headed, kind of stubborn kind of cube that doesn't really want to do anything, or it could be like a pacifist that doesn't believe in war. But let's see what happens in our scene when that comes up at some point. Okay, let's see. There we go. Alright, so let's give that a second. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh shoot. Alright, so here I am. Here she is. Let's shoot it. And nothing happens, just bounces back on me. And so oops. Let me go back up a little bit. Alright, and just shoot. And just bounce off, but the cube doesn't come after me. Why? Because something is not fully complete. So let's continue the tutorial and get the cube to actually chase after us. So I'm going to push escape. So according to Mark, what we're missing is the navigation mesh bounds volume. And so we want to be able to like give a bounds for the cube. So I'm going to grab the go to volumes, aptly named, right, well named. Alright, then I want to go to and pull this out a little bit. Did I already get that? Okay. Yep, and just pull this out a little bit. And then go to nav mesh bounds volume, drag and hold, put it onto your screen. And then you want to resize it to match the entire arena, the whole checkered arena, where we're going to go all gladiator, cubed, Lego kind of thing. Alright, so I'm going to save. Okay. So now that we have that selected, you want to push R to turn it into these little box shapes, and then resize it to match the entire size of our arena. Now pushing Alt plus left mouse button to rotate the screen and push it, turn it the other direction. Alright, and then I think I want a little bit bigger right here. Let me go ahead and save. And then I'm going to push W to go back into my transform where I can move it and things like that. Pull it to the right. Let me match to the perimeter right there. Match it up to the perimeter right there. Alt plus left mouse button. Save. And then, as you can see, it is resizing and not crashing. Yes! Making progress. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm going to push R again, and I'm going to pull in this side. Okay, let me see, hold up just a minute. And pull that in, and then pull the back in as well. Or really pull it in like that. Okay. Then I'm going to push W again and see if it fits properly. I'm not thinking it does, but let me see. Push on thing. We go click that again and do this. Yes, that looks good. Alt plus left mouse button. I want to connect it up to this side. And it's a little too small. I believe I can just push this kind of thing. But I'm just going to do it the way Mark does it, just to keep it good for this tutorial. So I'm going to save that, and as you can see, it is saving pretty well. And just a side note, I updated my OBS studio, so it seems to be recording well, and also Unreal Engine is working well. Okay, so I'm pretty excited. Gonna just do a ton of videos and just show all y'all what it's like. Okay, so a little bit more, push R again. I need to make this portal side out a little bit. Push W and then pull it, push it back. And there, that should be pretty good. Nice. And then I'm gonna save and then continue the video. Okay. Alright, so we're setting the arena boundaries of the navigation. Okay, so after that, we want to see if how do we even know what's working or not? So we want to push show and navigation, and it should turn green. Let's see. This arena should turn green, though I have yet to get mine to turn green. Is it green on the bottom? No, it's good. Save. Seriously, I save all the time. It's ridiculous. It's almost ridiculous. It's almost ridiculous, mind you. Alright, mine did not turn green. Let's see. Navigation. Oh, sorry, something. Okay. So maybe my nav mesh bounds is not touching it. Is that what it is? Control S. Maybe if I lower it a bit. Let me lower it down a little bit. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, to get the green area, you actually want your nav mesh bounds to be a little bit under the arena. Okay, so, and then it'll actually display the green area where your cube will be able to move, and so the whole program will know where you fall off. Okay, so move it down a little bit. Let's see what happens. Do I get more green? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna make my nav mesh bounds a little bigger and see, and so I can get more green space. So it actually the entire arena. So I'm gonna click nav mesh bounds. Oops, sorry, nav mesh bounds, and click R, and make it this middle section, and that'll help me move the whole part larger. Okay, so let's do that, and then I'm gonna pull it up a little bit by pushing W, pull it up a little, and then down a smidge, and boom, we have a lot of green space. Okay, and then save. Always save. Okay, so that's good. Awesome, got that working. Okay, so now that we have this nice green, golf course in our floating arena, we can then push play, and then the cube should come after us because it knows where it can and can't go. So let's push play. Oh, I missed the floor. Hold up. Let's try that again. Let me go back to my box brush, which is actually my floor. I'm gonna rename this. This is not in Mark's tutorial, but I might as well just make it a bit what's the word I'm looking for? Better name kind of thing. Alright, so details, let's change it to the floor, or the arena, or whatever. Okay, so now we have what's called the floor, directional light, all these things. Okay, so let me zoom in and go actually on the floor, and then push play. And here's my character. Oh shoot. And something's still wrong with mine. It's not coming after me. Huh. Well, that's disheartening. What's wrong with mine now? Let me push escape and try this again. Okay, so, oh wait. Maybe because the box is on the floor. Save. Alt plus left mouse button. Let me click the EQ pawn and move it up some. Maybe because it's on the floor. Yes, because it doesn't have any green space. Gotcha. Zoom out and pull it up off the floor. Alright, so okay, I have an area where it's not even touching. Let me pull it up a little bit more. Do a keep on. Do navigation. Okay, so let's try and put down a bit. Let's try this. Red. What's that? Oh. Anyway, let me just push play and see what's going on here. Okay. Nothing. It's not in the green space. Alright, let me back it up. My character and escape. Something is wrong. Right here with my nav mesh bounds. Alt plus left mouse button. EQ pawn. What's going on here? Down to the floor? Okay, that works. Doesn't work when it's above the floor. Let me move it over some. Then it starts messing up the other areas too. What's going on here? It's floating above it, not touching it. Let me just go down a little bit. Okay. Interesting. Mine does not work. Save. Always save. Let me go back. Alright, I did something wrong. Okay. Let me just put this down a little bit so I can have more space in the viewport. Move all these things over a little bit. Move this over a little bit. Okay. So let me go back in the tutorial and see if I can fix it, because I mean, as you can see, nothing's happening. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so his looks like mine, but it actually, okay, so you save and you push play, and it actually came to him. Alright, so mine looks good, but the AI must be wrong. I must have done it wrong. I do things wrong. People do things wrong. It's cool. Let's try this again. Alright, let me save, and let me go back to the Evil Cube AI. Okay, mine must be incorrect. Event graph. Okay, so let me go back in the tutorial because I've done this wrong. Something's, it's, you know, as you can see, it's not coming to get me. In most cases, that'd be a good thing, you know, but in this case, it's not a good thing. Alright, so let me go back to that part of the tutorial. Alright, let's see. Alright, hold up. Let me try this again. Alright, so AI move to, okay, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so this part is right. You got the AI move to, right? Alright, so target actor to get player character. Okay, that's right. Okay, so we have a character already in the scene. Of course. I mean, she's got a bomb gun, right? Okay. Okay. So when you find the pawn, pawn goes to the get control pawn. Okay. To the return value. Alright. Alright, these 4 are right, 3 are right. Okay. So after we do those 2 things, we're going to create a timer. We have this one, this one, this one. Then we create the timer, set timer by function name. Okay, I did that. Type in the function name called follow player. Save this. Call every 1 second. We want to loop it. Okay. We want to add a custom event called follow player, same as the function name. Alright, I did that correctly. What did I do wrong? So drive the begin play to this timer to start it, and then do the follow player and the AI move to. Okay. So it's going to call this function, and then this will run, and that'll do all this. And I'll try to find the player and come after us. Alright. Oh, compile. No, I did it. Yeah, I did it. Okay. Try it again. Alright, so good to go. And save. Alright. I've made a mistake somewhere. Alright, so let me make you a cute pawn. Got it. Alright. I'm figuring it out, right? Yes. Okay, so we're going to the EOQ pawn. Do a mesh. Okay, let me skip a little bit. Okay. Add a color. Close that. Okay. Okay, so add a component. Oh. Oh, this is what I missed. Okay, so, okay, this is what I missed. Here we go. So in the EOQ pawn section, mine's not moving because I forgot to add the component. So I want to do add a component and then floating pawn movement. Alright, that is why mine is doing nothing. Sitting there genuinely innocent. Okay, so then I push enter, and then I will follow Mark's tutorial to fix this part. And then we're going to click it, and then we see some things in the details section. You can change the max speed, acceleration, all those kinds of things. Alright, so save. I'm going to click compile. And then save. Okay. And then click the EOQ pawn. Alright, so then after that, you want to go EOQ pawn sub, go over to your details, and then go to under your pawn section, AI controller class, and set it to set it to Evo Cube AI, right, just right here. Boom. That should work, possibly, maybe, hopefully, it'll work. Yes, come on. It has to, because it worked when Mark did it. Apparently, following step by step is not my strong suit. Okay, you've got the Evo Cube AI, compile, and then save and close out of this, and go to our Evo Cube map. Awesome. So what happens in Mark Wahlbeck's tutorial right now is that when he pushes play, it doesn't work. But because I had skipped that step earlier by accident, mine should come after me. I've done all the other steps, so let's see if it comes after me. See, and I'm just doomed because the nerf balls just bounce off, so I'm dead. I don't know. I don't know how to dodge with this character. She doesn't seem particularly fast or like Lara Croft or anything, so yeah. Alright, let's push play. Let's see. There we go, but it missed her. That's convenient. Okay. And then it went where? Oh, okay. Oh, here it is. Hey, little cutie pie, little baby. Let me back up. What happened when I back up? Uh-oh. But it's not pushing me. Interesting. And I just jumped over it. Oh, I fell off the freaking thing. Oh, I'm standing on the cube. That's weird. Oh, man, I fell off the cube. Alright, so it's chasing me. Yes. Alright, and I pushed escape. Okay, I fixed it. Now, yes, progress. And I fell off the cube. I fell off. Let me go to my floor, double click it, and then push Alt plus left mouse button and just go back into my arena and save. Yes! Save your stuff. Okay, it's working. Yay! I'm making progress. Alright, so let me skip this part because I did this part and I skipped the other part. Okay? Alright, so let's see. Okay. Mark just died. That's not funny. Okay, so I got the basics of the game going. I just gotta do a couple extra things, and I made my first game. Yes. Alright, so now all we have is the cube just comes after me. But we want the cube to, we want to actually be able to shoot it and then it explodes, right? I don't know if it's going to make a sound. We probably add a sound, but even if it doesn't, we want to give ourselves a chance to actually survive. So I'm going to add in that AI or whatever whatever it is that's needed, those different nodes, and get this cube to explode. I'm putting a huge Michael Bay explosion, like no lie. Alright, so we want to double click here, open that up. I'm going to go into the event graph and delete everything that's already here. You want to hold your left mouse button, drag it, and select all these and push delete. And then save, okay? We want to select the cube and right click. Okay, so right here we want to do, after we cleared all that out, let me just make this a bit smaller. We want to select our cube, go back into your graph, your event graph, and then right click there. Oops, sorry, right click here, and then you want to put add event for cube, and then push this little triangle thing, and you'll see all this good stuff. Now you want to make sure that cube is actually selected before you right click inside of your event graph. Alright, so yes, let's keep going. Alright, so after you do that, then you want to do add event for cube, and then add on component hit. Okay, so before you keep going, you want this in parentheses to match your cube right here, cube and cube. According to Mark, if it's not, then it's not going to be referencing your cube, and so nothing's going to happen. You're going to be shooting like a wild, crazy actor, and nothing's going to happen. It's just Nerf ball's going to come out, no cube's going to explode. It's just not going to be pretty, right? So yeah, make sure that matches up. How did I make this bigger? I held down Control and scrolled my mouse wheel down to go zoom out, up to go zoom in. All right. Now I just want to hold Shift, Alt. What is it? Control. Anyway, let me just zoom back out. And I'm going to select it, and this is my bad. Move it and then zoom back in. Okay, so and save. Alright, so when it hits the cube, something's actually going to happen. So through here we can make the cube explode and disappear. Explosion first, of course. Right click, spawn actor from class, okay? Want to select class. We want to, select class, blueprint, effect explosion. There's other one too. You can do like blueprint effect fire, blueprint effect smoke, spark, steam, all kinds of things. I mean, like, yeah, you can do a ton. So great thing about blueprints, you can just do a ton of stuff without any code, mind you. So like, don't be worried that you don't know how to code. Look at, man, I mean, people here making it, no code. So don't let a lack of coding knowledge stop you. You can still create a game and all that stuff. Just, learn, just mess around and try things out and all that stuff. Save. Okay. So I'm going to do select class, explosion. Okay. Okay. So this spawn transform means where do you want the explosion to happen? Like, where do you want it from? So we have to specify that too. With like computers, you have to do step by step by step, and tell it, exactly what's happening. Because computers have a lot of anxiety, and they need to know what's happening. Okay, so we can grab the cube. And drag it into the blueprint graph editor and yep. Alright, so to do this, let me just move this over here. You can click right here, start a new node, and then release, and then search for get transform. Get world transform. And that'll open up another node, another node, and then I'm gonna save, and then, oh, okay, cool. So the cube is going to target the get world transform, and the get world transform's return value, what it returns out, you want to put it into your spawn transform. Alright, now move it over a little bit, and boom. Now you see this little section, segue, quick little off topic thing. It reminds me of this game called Dots. Anyway, it's this fun game called Dots where you try to link up these two dots. It's like a pink and a blue dot, and it's all these different puzzles. And it's called Brain Dots. Brain Dots. Yeah, it's on like Android. It might be on iPhone. It's a really fun game called Brain Dots, and it's just like it really is a workout for the brain. Those puzzles get difficult. So check that game out. I'm gonna actually link it in the bottom description, just as a random thing to throw out there for you. Alright, so, okay, cool. Alright. So the only thing, according to Mark, is that this thing is not in the right order. We don't want the cube to disappear before it explodes. So we can add a sequence to make sure that these things go in a certain order. So we can just hold S. Let me save first, and then I push S, and then click. Left click, and here you have a sequence. Man, that is some good design. Really simple. Now, and then we can make a sequence. So let's do that. Okay, so let's give it some space. First item we want to do is spawn the actor. Okay, so alright, so after that you want to destroy the cube. So this cube is tied to one thing, and so we're going to drag in another cube. Well, another instance of our cube. And just put it like under here, and then we will okay. What did it say? Destroy component. Okay. So when we want to tie to this instance of our cube, we want to pull out a node, release it, and then look up destroy component. So that will destroy our cube. Okay. Give it just some space so it's nice and clean. Let me copy this part. This section, lower it down a little bit, lower it down a little. Sorry. Put that back in there. And then, perfect. Well, I mean, as good as it can get, you know. There's no such thing as perfect. Okay, so next is, alright, so we then want to next in our sequence is we want to destroy the cube. Okay, so first what we're going to do is spawn the explosion. Then we're going to destroy the cube. Let me just put that so it's at least kind of neat. And then we want to, well, I guess perhaps then. All right, so let me just put that over here. All right, so then let's see what happens. Okay. All right. So after we've done all this part, we want to then get rid of the entire blueprint. So we don't have, as Mark says, a ton of things just floating around. So we want to drag from the return value of our blueprint effect explosion and do a, what did he say? And let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. So we want to drag from our blueprint effect explosion from its return value. Let me just move this a little bit. From its return value right here, drag out a node and look up and then release it and then promote to variable. All right, so, and this will make sure that we're not using up tons of memory, while we're doing all this. Let me just grab all this and move the whole thing. All right, so you can see a little better. Zoom in. All right, so we have this, and then we do what? Let's see what he says. Okay. All right, so we want to name this one, and we can go up here, put variable, and call it fire. Fire explosion, and that's what I put explosion, and enter. All right, and there we go. It's got a nice little name. So, and cool. Save. All right. So, next step is, after you've done that and you've named it, scroll down to the bottom, go to, oops, sorry. Okay. All right. Let me pull this out a little bit more. All right. All right, so after you click this, you want to go into all these like rectangles are, and then push plus after on and play. And that'll add this this node over here, and we want to just move that underneath the set. Here's a cool thing. When you drag these, when you put it towards the edges, it will just move it over all by itself, so you can easily place things. So I'm going to put it right there and save, okay? All right. So, to completely obliterate the blueprint, we'll do this one step. Right click and destroy. Oh, what did I push? Oh, let me try that again. Try that again. Destroy actor. Here it is. And that'll make another one. Another node. And then we will do the following. connect this white one to this one. Alright, save. So then we drag, I think pretty much our final step is we drag our, okay, let me just grab the whole thing, move it over, and zoom in, okay. I'm a little, let me see, shift, I'm trying to figure out how to move around in here. Oh, okay, so how to move around in here, you click and hold the right mouse button to get it to move like this. Okay, so we want to also do the hit component, on component hit cube into this sequence to go ahead and get everything started. Save, compile. All right, so that's done. Look at it, looks freaking great. Again, okay, that's the right mouse button I'm holding to move the entire blueprint. All right, so I mean, as you can see, the blueprints there's a lot of them. There's a lot you can do. So it's just a lot of connecting up puzzles and puzzle pieces and seeing what works, and if it doesn't work, figuring out what's wrong and how to fix it. But I mean, that's like life, right? You know, it's way bigger than game development. All right, so mine should be good unless I did something wrong. If I did something wrong, I'm gonna go back and fix it. All right, so I compiled it and saved it. So I'm gonna close this and go back to my regular viewport, my Evo Cube map. I'm gonna save that, save it, always save. Even if you save a problem, save anyway. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, so here's our cube. Okay, so now when I push play, my character will not fall off the floor because I have my little screen hovering right over the floor. I'm gonna push play, and if I've done it correctly, the cube should come after me, and when I shoot it, it should explode and then disappear. Let's see if I did it right. Oh, it's going really fast. A weird angle too. What the heck? Oh my bad. Wow, something's wrong with my cube. It did explode, but it didn't run after me or anything. There's only one of them. I feel like it shouldn't be at an angle, right? I don't think Marks did that. It didn't. It came right towards him. Alright, so let me just escape and then play it again. Yeah, my cube's at like a weird angle and then it just sits there like a obedient dog. Oh my bad. And then here it is, just sitting there. It's not doing anything. Oh, it explodes when you touch it at all. So that's not how it's supposed to work, is it? I literally just exploded it with my character's non-existent legs. Huh, interesting. This game is looking pretty easy. My mind doesn't work right. Let me just try it again. This doesn't work right. I think something's wrong with the navigation or something of it. Let me see. You a cute pawn. Maybe because it's not tied properly to its navigation gizmo. I'm so confused. Let me go back. I did something wrong. Let me go back. 70 seconds. Play. No. Let me go back some more. And go back some more. Something's wrong with my cube. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's going on exactly. Mine is going at like an angle and it doesn't even touch my character. So mine's not following my character right. Yeah, it should be coming directly to me. Okay, so I have done something wrong, as you can see. My cube has some sort of strange angle. Or my character. Let me see. Nav mesh bounds is good. Directional light. Evo cube map cube. Evo cube map. Evo cube pawn. Let me double click that and see what's going on. Alright, it's working except my body is not supposed to make it explode. Let's see. It's supposed to hit me it's supposed to hit me and then I just get knocked off. Let's see. I went to the wrong thing. Let me close this. Let me go to the Evo Cube AI, Evo Cube Pawn, okay. Edit Evo Cube Pawn, that's not right. Viewport. Let's see. Details. Let's see. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Let's see. Floating pawn movement. Double click. Cube. Okay, I'm in the wrong part. Apparently my cube is like drunk or something and it doesn't really know where I am. It comes at me at an angle like, and then nothing. Alright, let's see. Okay, so my game's not working properly. The cube is moving at an angle and it's kind of just missing me and then it's just sitting there and I just shoot it and it explodes. And also it explodes when I touch it with my character's body, which is also not supposed to happen. So there must be something wrong with the collision of it or something. So I'm just gonna fix that later. But for right now, I'm just gonna finish the whole tutorial and make my first game, and I will just fix that like some other time. Alright, so to continue, we are going to erase our Evo Cube pawn from the viewport. I'm going to push delete with it selected, and then I'm going to I'm going to turn off the green navigation. So push show and then navigation, and then I'm going to save. So we're going to go to our basic tab over here and put in a box trigger. Okay, so let me just pull this out a little bit. Perfect. And find the box trigger. Here it is. So I'm going to drag and drop that into my screen. And then after that, I'm going to just pull it up a little bit off of the actual screen and push save again, and then gonna make it a little larger. So I'm just gonna go in the middle and wrong thing. I'm gonna push R and then go in the middle and make it larger. Okay, right about there. That's pretty good. Then I'm gonna push W to go back to my transform, and Alt plus left mouse click and move it over. Actually, it's in a good place. Move it down a little bit. Touch the floor if it wants. Boom, and put save. After that, to finish our tutorial, I want to, after that, go into the level blueprint. Okay. Okay, so after that, we're gonna build a level blueprint. We according to Mark, we have made class blueprints which can be used like anywhere, I guess. But level blueprints can only be used within your current level. So they're well named and descriptive and easy to understand pretty well. Okay, so how do we do that? Let's see. Okay, so okay, so we want to go to blueprints and then open level blueprint. Okay. All right. So after that opens, we're gonna then drag our trigger box um, from our main viewport into the level into the level class, which is right here. Let's see real quick. Cube map. Okay, yes. So I'm gonna just grab this little tab and click and hold it and then pull it out and dock it like over here. And then I can grab the, dock it over here and grab the trigger, I'm in the wrong part. Let's see. Let me close the Evo Cube pawn. Go to my main Evo Cube map and drag the trigger box into my Evo Cube map level class. And here it is. I'm going to save that and continue with the tutorial. Alright, so what's next? And we have level blueprint right here, nicely named. Well, you know, you can see it easily. I like that. That's cool. On our engine. 1 thumb up, 2 thumbs up. No fingers. Okay. So then after that, okay. So this will make it so we can create cubes from the level blueprint area, according to Mark. All right. So we want to drag it over here and put the begin play over here. So this is help us spawn cubes. All right. All right, so we want to right click and put spawn AI from class. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of spawns that you can do. It's just like a lot, like you can spawn a lot. So I'm going to put spawn AI from class. Make sure that's correct. And boom, here it is. So after that, okay, so yep. So you want to make sure you click spawn AI from class and not spawn AI from the actor. Yes. So after that, we will. Okay, so we want to select our Evo Cube pawn. Evo Cube. Just a minute. Let me see. Okay, so under the pawn class, you want to do Evo Cube pawn right here and connect that to the other section and I'm going to save. And then after that, we want to do set the location. Okay, so we can get actor location. Okay, let me see. Get actor location. Here it is. All right, so we want to grab this. So we want to connect this location where we want to spawn the cubes. We want to connect it to wherever the location similar to the location with the trigger box. So we want to connect this get active location return value into the location of the spawn AI from class, and I'm going to save. Alright, awesome. So because we want to keep spawning cubes, we want to add a timer, another timer. So let's do that. So we want to right click and create custom. Oh, I put customer, sorry. Add a custom event. Oops, my phone keeps falling, so long. Alright, let me just turn this. Oh, I'll put that right there, perfect. Let's see. Alright, let me go back a little bit. Alright, so we'll name our custom event spawn. Oops, my bad. Let's see. Let me rename it. Right click. Node comment. Oh, here it is. Name. Spawn. Oops, sorry. Span. Spawn evil cube. Okay, there we go. And then after that, looking pretty good. I'm gonna save. Okay. Alright, so we right click here and set timer by function name. Okay, so we have the event begin play here, and we will drag that and connect it to the timer. Let me just move all this stuff down. Alright, a little bit to give a bit more room. So you can see right here, and we can drag the event begin play into the this first little area. What is that? Delegate is not compatible. Oh, it's I pushed the wrong thing. Right here. Okay. Save. So we want to connect the begin play to the timer, and then call the function name. Most likely it'll be, I'm pretty sure, spawn evil cube. So, yep. Okay, perfect. Spawn evil cube. So we want it to spawn every half second and loop it. So every half a second, there's gonna be another cube. I mean, does my character have 9 lives or what? She's a goner. You know, I'm gone. Well, actually, because my game doesn't work right, I may not be a goner. I think when the cube comes to me, it goes to the side, so I have to fix the collision, like I said before. But if it did work properly, I'd be a goner. But I put in some loophole code. Okay, so what next? Alright. Looping and... Alright, so let's call our spawn evil cube function and do that. And drag this to the spawn AI from class. And then that's good for this part. Let's see, what is this? Event tick. Okay. Let me delete the event tick, and I push delete. Save, and we want to push compile. You see a green check mark, and then I'm going to save once more. And that should be good to at least get something spawning. So I'm going to close up this little part and go back to my map. Let me close this down a little bit. Okay, perfect. And what's happened now? Uh-oh. Alright, so what I should see now when I push play is that there will be a ton of cubes coming after me. Oh, wait. Is there a cube on here? No. Let me see. I'm curious if they're gonna spawn when there's no cube on the viewport. I don't think so because the cube is not on here, but let me see. I'm kind of curious now. Let me just push play. Kind of nervous. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, shoot, there's a cube. Okay, oops. Yes, my mine doesn't actually work right. They're just stopping right in front of me. They're coming after me, but they're just clumping together. Why is this the case? They're going into each other. Okay. I need to fix whatever's wrong with this thing. Okay. So what's supposed to be happening is they're not supposed to be coming against each other. And they're not supposed to explode when my body hits them. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so I have the basic thing working, but they're clumping together. Okay, so that's not exactly quite how this is supposed to happen. Okay, so, but you get the basic idea of what's supposed to happen. Alright, I'm gonna save. And I'm just gonna finish the tutorial and then give you the shout out indie dev, and then give you, of course, the fun activity at the end. Alright, so awesome. Okay, so alright. So let's say you want to increase the speed of your cubes, make them come after you faster. You can double click the evil cube pawn area, little section, and go to your event graph and change the, let's see, floating pawn movement, and change the max speed to 3000. Oops. And save, compile, and save. Okay, so just to finish off this tutorial, to make it so that we don't keep falling off the arena and into nothingness, we can go to the basic part and go to the player start, put it onto our screen. So I'm gonna drag it there, put it here, and then, is that what he said? Yes, player start, yes. And then I'm gonna just rotate it so the character will fall onto the arena. Alright, so W, okay, I think that's good. Oh no, it's facing the wrong way. Let me just scroll down, rotate. Okay, so we can just drag this little arrow. That arrow, and wrong thing. Let's see. I don't exactly know how he did that. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, play. All right, player start. Okay, gotcha. I missed that part. So when we have our player start selected, we can push E and rotate the blue arrow right there. So it'll rotate. So our character will be facing towards her demise, or his demise, or your character's demise. All right. So once we pull this back a little bit, we can push play, and then our character will automatically fall on the arena. Alright, So I'm gonna push play, even though I know mine does not work. It's still kind of fun. See, there we go. I'm gonna just shoot. Oh my bad. All right. Let's see. It's not colliding with my character, and my character's blowing them up. Okay. So escape. All right. Save and. All right. So that's the end of the tutorial. I am done with my first game. Okay, I'm not. It's broken, but I definitely learned a lot, and looking forward to learning a lot more with blueprints and C++. So yes, I'm really excited about what's coming up here. It's been a little bit tough. I've had a lot of crashes, but you know, just have to keep going and keep trying, and you know, just don't stop. You only get better and better. So I am going to just finish this video and then go to bed. And yes, that'll be great. And fix it tomorrow, of course. Alright, so now for our Indie Dev Shoutout. And today I am shouting out the Krillbyte Studio. They made a game called Mosaic. It's about 3 to 5 hours. It's available on Steam, and it just has a really cool like art, you know, artwork. I mean, look at this. Isn't that freaking amazing? Yes, it is. It is. All right, so I'm just gonna I'm not gonna play you any video. I'll just show you a couple pictures, things like that, just to give you a good idea if you want to go check out Mosaic by Krillbyte Studio and published by Raw Fury. And it just, yeah, it looks really great. And it's a really cool game where you start to, like, you live in this, as it says, monotonous world, and things just start changing one day, and you just maybe, like, you know, the character wakes up and maybe tries to, you know, have a new life, things like that. So it's a walking simulator. It's got some good reviews, and yeah, so check it out. Go check out, and that is Krillbyte Studio on Steam. All right, so, and last but not least is the fun activity. I'm just kidding. All right, so now it's time for the Egghead exam. This is a quick quiz where either you know the answer or you don't, and you never got a chance to study. All right, so number one, the PlayStation was originally supposed to be a project between what two companies? Number two, which company started Exer Games, or exercising games? And number three, the worst video game dialogue is recorded in the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition. Which wildly successful game holds this honor? Alright, here are the Egghead answers. Number one, Sony and Nintendo were teamed up to make the PlayStation, but Nintendo stopped work on the project. Sony continued on to create the original PlayStation. Number two, Nintendo was the company that created the first exercising games. And number three, Resident Evil, the original version of PS4, had the worst dialogue in history. But as we all know, apparently the Guinness World Record is not always correct because people love that game. I'm just kidding, maybe it did have terrible dialogue. People still love the game. Anyway, how many did you get right? Leave a comment below. Let me know how you did. Alright, thanks for watching. This is Ashleigh Bonner, founder of the indie educational video game studio Electric Egghead. Later.